Greetings everyone, welcome to this new build guide. We are gonna take a look at my Carino2 Iceland's build. I've been playing this character basically every season for the last seasons just to kill to SS20. SS20 obviously is very good to kill and it takes a really strong build, and I would like to do it on a budget, so I hope this is it. We're doing it a little bit different from previous leagues because I've been doing the damage over time every other league, but I wanted to try the hit base, the cold version this league. And the reason why we want SS20 is to get this one. You can accumulate these points, whatever currency that is, over time, so you carry it over from season to season so it doesn't get lost. So you don't need to kill SS20, so if you get to 18, 19, you still get some coins, and the next seasons you can just use those coins for buy your chest. So, but if you kill it every season to level 20, you can buy it outright, because the last one gives the most coins, of course. Without further ado, we're gonna just showcase the build here. I don't know, do I have enough here? Yeah. There's one mod I cannot run. Yeah, this is not it. So the playstyle is fairly simple. I'm in my speed setup here. It's fairly easy. I'm just spamming the movement button here, and as you can see, it's fairly fast, and it's auto targeting, so I don't need to push any other buttons than just moving moving my mouse forward. We're gonna skip the league mechanic. I'm gonna stand here though, and now I have my hands off my keyboard and mouse, so yeah, it's killing without me doing anything. And we're gonna suction up that with auto loot. Sorry, wrong button. And yeah. Oh, Queen's Week, that's 52 FE there, nice. Streamer RNG. I don't know why Path Over the Grave is like a good drop in my loot filter, because it's worthless. Let's try not to. Please nerf this guy. Like every season I write as his feedback, and every season they just ignore it. Because that one, no matter, I could tank the SS20 boss last season and just face tank it, and I still died to that beam, that breath that guy do. It's ridiculous how strong it is. So I will also make a guide about my looting strategy, maybe tomorrow, we'll see if I have time. So let's talk about the build. My build right now is about 3 trillion. Let's switch back to, I just have one slate here for just some extra movement, and then I switch back here. I spent a little bit on my build. It's obviously, if you want to kill SS20, you're gonna need, sorry, I need to do the movement skill, otherwise it's not gonna, sorry for the sound here. As you can see here, if I do this correct, I should be up in 3 trillion. I should be not focusing. So 2.5, 3 trillion, okay, there. It's building up the stacks. So it's about 3 trillion at least if I set everything up. And I want to point out, this is my movement skill setup. So it will only get better from here. So if I have, for example, my movement boots here, they will be replaced completely. They don't have a, they're taking up 2 of these slots here, the base affix and dream affix, and also these things will not be on it, and I need to rearrange some things here. They don't have the best affixes. Also, everything needs to be upgraded, so I'm gonna be well over 5 trillion, and I'm gonna need to do some changes with other things also. I have not updated candles. My candles are really bad for the budget I'm on. You might be wondering, what is my budget right now? I have no idea. I accumulate things over time, and the more DPS and the more speed you have, the more you farm your in your farming strategy. So I don't know, right now 40-50,000 FE maybe. Is that too low? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Biggest upgrades I did was to get the wands. So I've been playing this whole league with my booth here, these wands right here, and cold damage, crit, or anything like that, I went with projectile quantity +1 because they were really cheap base. So you want to play with wands and you want these stats. This stat right here, spell damage, could also be the cold damage to spells and attacks. I tested both. I've done a lot of testing, that's why it's taken so long. I wanted to test everything that is regarding this build. So this is the ideal stats in my mind, at least for this build. And when I put on a wand like, a wand like this without the upgraded affixes, of course, I more than doubled my DPS. And then I put on my second one. So if I was at 100 billion before, then I would be 200 billion when I put this on, and then I put on the next one and I was up to almost 400 billion. So weapons are key here. These stats are nuts. Chance to deal double damage. If you get this up to 100%, it just flat out doubles your DPS. And when you have them upgraded, you will have 100%. There, see, additional cost speed minus. That is not a downside for us because we don't cost it. Additional spell damage, 52%. That is ludicrous amount. So, for the other things, we just want to stack as much energy shield. You might seen that I have a lot of energy shields. I have 37,000 energy shield. I am very tanky. I need to find some way. I need one of the ability to go so I can have force restart on my build. So as soon as I take damage, I recharge it fully and it cannot be interrupted. And then I'm basically gonna be immortals except for one shot. So that is my go-to next. So I'm gonna need to change around. I'm probably gonna take away mana boil. We'll see here. There's quite a lot of damage I will lose then, but I can make that up in other ways. For the pieces here, it's just I've gone for many of them. Many of the affixes is not for damage, it's for defense, because for SS20 you are gonna need to do defense. For aura effect, of course, skill levels. This I've never seen before because normally I have a unique in this spot. So I've never seen this one, or legendary item. Additional for every jump. We are stacking jumps everywhere. So if you see my golden tree here, we are copying a lot of jumps here. Yeah, jump, 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 and we are copying those. And we have it on other areas also for the build. Movement skill, of course, we want to go through. Deflection is really strong here because every stack of deflection, 3 stacks when consuming all stacks. For every 6 meters, like 6 meters is nothing. Like from here to here is probably 6 meters. That's all you need, and you're gonna have 3. And because the bosses, especially the end game bosses, the SS20 hit so seldom but so hard, that is gonna be up for every hit, hopefully. Same with barrier I have on here. It's also gonna be up for every hit. So those kind of stats might not be the most ideal for mapping, but we're not gonna die in mapping anyway. But for bossing, it's really good. So I'm setting it up for that. So for other things is elemental erosion pen, some extra pens, some crit for us. We need to pump up our crit, so I need to elevate these to tier 0. And let's talk about the uniques in a second here, because they're synergized with the build. And yeah, I think these are kind of ideal because we are res capped on everything. We can elevate some of the resistance to just make up that. And we are gonna change this movement speed into plus probably max elemental, so we can pump up these resistances a little bit more, and then we have more higher resistance towards all the elements, which hopefully helps. But I'm gonna need to check out what I'm actually dying to on SS20 when it happens. If I'm not dying to elemental, then I will just use this mod instead of physical damage taken as cold, because it's a really strong one, and I'm also gonna roll it on my a helmet as normal affix, and we'll see what I'm actually dying to when it's time. For the uniques, these all synergize. So let's start with the neck here. Actually, we start with the chest piece. This one is really cool because of course a lot of energy shield charge speed, so that's going to synergize with force restart when we are getting that one. Add elemental equal to 1.5. I want 1.6 of course. I need to update it. Of max energy shield to attacks and spells. So the more energy shield we have, it's kind of like righteous fire in Path of Exile. The more life or energy shield you have there, the more damage you're doing. So it's really cool mechanic. So obviously it has no energy shield by itself here, so you're gonna need to stack it on other pieces, but we have quite a lot, so that is a lot of flat damage. Then we have our necklace. Is a false god skin. You might have picked up 100 of these if you've been playing, and some of them are really good. So I have intelligence per level. I'm at level 100, so you don't need to be level 100, but just check the breakpoints. And energy shield for every highest stat, which is our which is our intelligence, as you can see there. And we have a corrosion that hit this stat. So I just picked up a bunch of these and then prayed to God that it would hit the one that actually did not. So there was some kind of like area of effect here that didn't affect us, and then it hit it. So I just single corroded a bunch of these and prayed that it would first hit the corrosion and then hit the right stat also. We got lucky after a while, but it was not very expensive compared to other things, of course. We have dirty tricks. I'm trying to fix this in. We are not doing all elements. If we go to the dummy here, you need to use your movement skill to do the most damage because it reloads your bullets. So we're doing trauma, we're doing numb, and we're doing frostbite. So we're doing 3 here. So that is only 18, but it's a multiplier, so it's more worth than additional damage. I'm trying to get in on slates the rest of the damage. I have some in my graveyard that I need to test out. My graveyard is my stash, by the way. I have here is just my graveyard of testing things. That is probably like 20,000 FE that I'm just wasted on there. Never mind that. So this one is otherwise very good because you get a lot of intelligence. Had fervor. We are a crit build also, and it's also transferring the fervor into additional damage. If you have this one corroded, then it's 2% out of 3 fervor. Otherwise it's 1% out of 2, so it's a little bit better here. Those were the uniques. The new mechanic here, I have something special here. Don't copy this, probably it's not worth it. There's a special advanced, is it called advanced affix sequence? Hot streak, no, not hot streak, it's tower sequence. Let's show, what are they called? I can't see. It's basic sequence and then something here, and then there is like super duper sequence, which is what I have here. I bought this one off the auction house. Someone hit this one. They're super expensive to roll for, so I'm gonna test this one out if it outshines one of these. So as you can see here, I'm crafting up one more wand. This one ate up like 5,000 FE, so yeah, I am not very happy with this wand at all. I'm close though to finishing it. I need 2 advanced affixes here. So I'm trying to see here, because spell amplification, is 150%, and because our spell amplification at default is 41.5, I believe it is, additional damage to spells, that means it's like 60% or more than 63% or something like that additional damage for these mods. But they have the seal mana, and these two, after testing 2 of them, they seem to multiply, which is very unfortunate. that means you're gonna have a lot of sealed mana. And I'm solving this by putting in sealed conversion here and priceless restraint. These are super expensive. This is why I've been standing still for the last days. I've been just farming for these to test this stupid thing out. So it's not worth it. I would suggest you do one of these if you can. Otherwise, just go with normal ones. It's not that much the difference, but if I want to do SS20, I'm gonna need all the extra boost I can get. I probably don't need it in the end game anyway. Just start with a wand self-promotion like I'm selling right here. It costs much more than this to craft it, so yeah, hint hint. But this, obviously, I want to see if this one actually is better when I switch it out. And obviously I can take off some of my gear pieces, because I have also, where is it? In my talent tree here, my slate, I have one mod that I needed here to make it work. And I also have the helmet mod to help me boost the level of my support, so I can have more reserve. I think I will keep this one though. It's very good for just boosting all your skills overall. I think it's better than the alternative. What is the alternative? It would be additional damage taken by nearby enemies. I think it outshines. It's 24%, but I think this one will help me overall with both damage and defense. So I'm gonna probably keep it. Yeah, so we're stacking a lot of int, stacking a lot of energy shield. For our other things, for our skills, just the normal things, just take a look at my skills here. They're pretty much optimized, and it's very easy to get max energy now. Please don't go and roll them normally, how you would normally roll them. Roll them with these. These cost nothing, as you can see, and you can have perfect items with energy. Movement skill is key, because you reload the bullets through your hero traits, so make sure you do that. And grudge there, which is very good. Aura around you. Mana boil. Mana boil is cost conversion to life here, and we're solving this by just having one of your candle have life per second. Otherwise, if you don't have this mod, your mana ball is going to turn on and then it's going to instantly turn off. So you need somewhere. You can also get 3% regen on your one of your slate, because this one drains 3% of mana, so it's gonna just cancel itself out. So you can solve it that way also. And here you can see my auras, and because I have what is it called, off the beaten track. That means everything here is multiplied by 0.95. So every extra support, you might be wondering, why am I having this one? Well, if I take it off, voila, I can't activate the aura. So he helps me with the extra lowering the cost of things here. Let's look at the talent. You can just copy things here. There's nothing important. This one you need to take, because otherwise you're not gonna activate elemental elements. So make sure you just copy it straight off. I would, even if you have a bad build, like not at the starting, if you're at the starting point of this build, I would still take these points. I've been moving them around, checking everything out, spending probably 1000 FE on respecs, and I still came to the conclusion that this is the tree I want to stick with. Oh, by the way, I just show off the beaten track, probably the most important for any build. Like almost everyone is using the lich tree for that one. So for hero traits, it's just, you can read them if you want, but the most important one is the one that lets you reload on a mobility skill. So here, reload all ammo when using a mobility skill. That means we're just gonna move, hit our move button, and it's gonna reload our bullets here, which means we're doing like 10 times more damage straight up. And we also have these need to be updated. We are probably gonna go block in the end, so we're gonna need to upgrade those. Obviously these I bought them quite early, so they don't have very good mods here, and then I should not have wasted so much currency, but I just picked up stuff and then clicked a few times and not bought it from auction house. I just used it while I was getting it. This one is really good though. If you want extra movement skill. So as you can see, there's a lot of room for just general improvements, because my candles here, for example, need to be updated. If I'm skipping mana boil, then I don't need this one, and I'm probably gonna be rest capped anyway, so I probably don't need this one. This one you want because you want to generate blessings. This is just free, like all blessing. I always have this on basically every build that has activation medium, because you're gonna have it up 100% of the time. Jumps are really important, of course, but this one needs to go because it's useless. Skill cost also kind of needs to go, because I think I can sustain it now, because I have quite a buffer of mana now. Before I did not, so I could use one jump then, and then I had to recharge. So as you can see, almost all my mods on my candles are not conducive for the end game build anyway. Oh yeah, my slates. This looks very beautiful. I picked this one up on the first day, or second, maybe, what was it? No, third day, and it was very cheap, so it was just 1,000. Now it's probably much more. I don't have the pet for one extra curse. Otherwise you can just put in the extra curse pet, or you can get the candle mod, which is one extra curse. But I have this. There's probably much better combinations, but I would go with this one, definitely. I would go with two extra additional projectile damage is just too strong, and then I got the extra int on top of that, so it's very good. Of course, these are there's no on the market. Okay, there we go. These are quite expensive, but this is probably one of the strongest power creeps in the game. You're copying everything from the last node on all of these around, and then I have one that's copying the one above it, so I have an extra jump there, as you can see. I had one little slot over, so this looks very beautiful, and it is. So otherwise, these are the ones that I'm gonna need to change because of the dirty tricks on my belt mod. Trauma, just flat trauma, which means that as you can see on the dummy, it had trauma damage, and I'm getting the effect from dirty tricks then. These needs to be changed then to have the other elements, which is ignite and wilt, I believe it is. Or it can have skill cost also, then I don't need to worry about this cost of my skill. You can have regen on these also, and then you don't need to worry about the regen for mana boil. So there's a lot of options here to fix your problems, and obviously I fixed my problem here. I wish there was, is there one up now for a decent price? No. I want to point out I could have bought this one for 200 with the jump at the bottom, like 2 days ago, but obviously some people are not pricing their items right, or are they? Yeah, in general gist of everything. Packed spirits, I don't know, I have not tested out. I just took the ones that I had on me. I pulled for this one. I figured that one. Otherwise there's a bunch of different packed spirits you can go for. Obviously you can go for the projectile one over here, you can go for the double damage one, or maybe not because the effect is not very good. You can go for the energy shield and just boost your energy shield to the next stratosphere. And there is one also, the curse pet would probably be the one I'd replace. These two I would maybe keep, it doesn't matter which one you change. I would probably keep this one though, it looks very good for this build. I want to point out also that on the boots, I'm gonna change later on to a 20% additional energy shield. That's gonna boost our thing here up to, what is it, almost 8,000 more energy shield just by one stat. And if we use our pet there, or packed spirit, that is just gonna be over 50,000 like energy shield, and we're gonna need to update some other things, so we are gonna be probably in the end game 50,000 energy shield or something. So yeah, mega tanky. Otherwise, for the things I put in here, I found this additional chest armor defense, which doesn't matter, we have no defense on our chest armor. but these were not very expensive, so helmet, gloves and boots defense, so I'm boosting those, the energy shield on those instead. And yeah, there's probably better ones to pick up later, but as they were not very expensive, so I could just pick them up really easily. Otherwise I am boosting it with an energy shield just on some places here. I'm gonna need to buy some of these if they were not so expensive. We'll see if I do that, or if I can kill SS20 without, that would be ideal. Yeah, hopefully I didn't miss anything. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Happy hunting, everyone.